Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here with some more Pokemon Sun and Moon news on the competitive side of things. If you guys missed my recent video on that where I talked about the Thunderwave nerf, I will leave that down below in the description if you guys want to go ahead and check that out. Thunderwave was indeed nerfed in Pokemon Sun and Moon 7th generation. And now we have another nerf. Apparently, Confusion, hitting yourself in Confusion has been changed from a 50% chance to a 1 in 3 chance. A third of hitting yourself in Confusion. And this was tested by a Japanese hacker. He hacked Supersonic into the game, and there's a little video right here where basically I'll leave all the credit down below and all the links to everything I have, but basically for 2 hours it was tested of Supersonic just to see how many times it hit itself. And obviously Pokemon is randomly generated, the probabilities and all that things, but it was tested for 2 hours of whether this Pikipek hit itself in Confusion. And it was basically, they came to the conclusion that Confusion, you only hit yourself now 1/3 of the time instead of 50% of the time. And this is huge. Now I do want to talk about what I think about this before, or why I think they did this before I actually talk about how it actually has a good effect in the meta. But it kind of goes along with everything that they've been doing or what we found out so far. First off, Parental Bond, Mega Kangaskhan got nerfed. If you guys didn't know, the second hit from the Kangaskhan, the little Kangaskhan Jr., only hits for 25% of the power of the first hit, as opposed to potentially choice hit before, 50% of the power. So that was nerfed. Secondly, Thunderwave was nerfed. Thunderwave is now 90% accurate, and your speed is only limited to a half instead of a fourth. And again, this all goes along with the whole side of VGC. VGC is the competitive side of Pokemon that is actually endorsed by Pokemon themselves, sponsored by Pokemon themselves, the true competitive side of Pokemon. And it all goes along that side because Swagger is something that is very, very, very popular in VGC throughout the years of VGC, and it's something that's definitely led to outcomes, whether somebody's beaten somebody, they're definitely not, and there's plenty of Pokemon that can run it. I've seen, obviously, Thundurus is definitely one of them, and Liepard are definitely two that are common. Klefki is another one. But then I've even seen Swagger on Scarf Garchomp at points, just because they didn't need another move. Just Swagger is definitely influence, and hitting yourself Confusion, that 50% chance to pretty much do no damage at all, has definitely affected a lot of games throughout the entirety of Pokemon going on VGC, and not even then obviously in Smogon as well, which is what I play as well. So Confusion has definitely had its effect on battles, and it's very interesting to see that they are taking the competitive side of Pokemon really into account here, and they've decided to nerf Confusion. Now, this has been tested for a long time. Again, this dude tested for over 2 hours, and there's plenty of stuff here that I can't necessarily read, and I Google translated it, and all I got was this description down here. But basically, the dude hacked Supersonic into the game, and it was found that Confusion, you only hit yourself, it's lowered to 30% chance, a 1 in 3 chance, so, or 33% chance, whatever you want to call it. So I think, again, that's really cool for the meta, and I want to know what you guys think about that, the fact that Confusion is being nerfed, the fact that Thunderwave is being nerfed. Again, if you guys didn't see that video, the link to that video will be down below in the description if you guys want to check out my thoughts on the whole Thunderwave nerfing and how it can affect the meta. But that's really cool. Not only does it kind of limit the luck factor, at least it lowers the chance of that. I mean, 30% is still 30%, right? Scald still burns. You throw off a Scald, it will eventually burn. Lava Plume will eventually burn, but the fact that now it's in the favor, it's not just like, oh, it's a flip a coin. No, it's more so in the favor of the person who got confused from Swagger. It actually makes it even scarier to use this strategy because Swagger is typically used to at least let Pokemon hit themselves in Confusion and then beat them when you couldn't normally beat them, or if you had trouble beating them. And the fact that they have at least a 70% chance, or a 2 in 3 chance to break out and have that +2 boost and potentially hit your opponent and do some massive damage, definitely I feel like it will change the meta. So I think this is one of those huge changes, at least for VGC, and maybe even for OU, though Swagger is obviously banned by Smogon's clauses. Though in Sun and Moon, I'm not sure if that clause will still be in effect. This is definitely something that can even hinder Pokemon like Machamp, for example, whose Dynamic Punch with No Guard obviously hit all the time, and then had a 50% chance that you hit yourself in Confusion. But the fact that that has been lowered to 30% is huge. But yeah, I'll leave the links to this down below. Found the decrease in self-injury probability is 1 in 3. So I'll leave the links to both of these down below. That way you guys can go ahead and check them out. And I do want to know your thoughts again on this. I think it's really cool. And I do love that they're really paying attention. Nerf Mega Kangaskhan, nerfing Thunderwave, nerfing Confusion. And this is actually something that I predicted. I'll actually show you on the video. And this is before I even knew that this was happening. But I'll go to my channel real quick just to show you. Because I think this is so cool. But basically, ignore that Charizard. Basically today I made the Thunderwave video, right? And one of the... we don't want to look at the IQ stuff. But one of this things I said, they seem to be taking... I said this 11 hours ago, and I actually just found this out now at 2 o'clock in the morning. They seem to be taking competitive Pokemon into account on the VGC side. I wonder if Swagger Confusion will be nerfed too, as T-Wave and Burns Ball have been. So again, this is just something that I noticed because, again, this is 3 things that have 100% changed the course of VGC, or have definitely affected the course of VGC. So I do want to know what your thoughts are on that, especially if you're a VGC player. A lot of my friends, I know you guys, sometimes watch my videos, so I also want to know what you guys think about that. And yeah, but in any case, thank you everybody for watching. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe, leave your thoughts down below, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye, friends.